there's something about the price of ADA that really doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm sure you guys probably feel the same way. So I think it warrants a discussion. We obviously know that Cardano's done some great things in terms of development this year. It's obviously made great strides in interoperability and scalability and block time and all these. It's testing itself out in different sectors of the Web3 area, right? The metaverse, the NFTs. We're seeing great strides forward in terms of Cardano, but yet it hasn't really translated to price appreciation. In fact, when we look at the chart, when we look at ADA, we're still down 91% from the all-time high. So the question is really, why are we still down here? Why is the price what I consider to be this cheap? Well, there's actually some historical relevance to this. And we actually have to look back at the prior market cycle. When ADA first launched, it went through, essentially short bull market, okay? And it climbed to the price of $1.32. Then we hit the bear market, it pulled back, and it got all the way down to the low of 1.9 cents in the COVID crash back in 2020. It was then followed by the Bitcoin halving, alt season, this insane run up all the way to, over $3. Just insane run, over 150x, okay? What you have to remember is during that time, during that pullback, ADA had pulled back about 98%. During this market cycle, it's pulled back about 92%. And when we look at this market cycle compared to that time, there's actually some similarities. We had this huge drawdown. We actually started to recover, and then the price pulled back. Same thing we saw at that point. Bottomed out in late 2018, started to climb back up, and then fell in the back half of 2019. Same thing we're witnessing right now. So if we look at this essentially as a mirror, or not a mirror, essentially a clone of what we saw at that point, right now, we're actually right on par with what ADA has done in the past. What you also need to realize is that ADA typically underperforms in bear markets and overperforms in bull markets. So at the height of this bear market cycle, or I guess you could call it at the low of this bear market cycle, we pulled back about 92.5%, which would mean that the next bear market cycle, we should only drop about 85 to 80%, or 85 to 88%. That's typically how these work. And what that also means is that we should have this huge run up in this market cycle. If history repeats itself, that means ADA should go on a massive run. Now, I'm not saying it's going to do 150x like it did last market cycle, but it should have, it should follow the regression curve. So it should only be probably about a 50x from the bottom in this market cycle. Now, obviously, there's other factors that weigh in that could obviously raise or lower that number. But the interesting thing is you take that 22 cents and you 50x that's right at $11. That falls right into the range that we've talked about, this $8 to $15 price range in terms of ADA, which is a great sign. Now, again, there's a lot of things that come into play in this regard, and we still have a ways to go until we hit the heights of the bull market. Do keep that in mind. But what this again shows us is that right now, this huge undervalued part of ADA really gives us a great opportunity to build our bag for the future. Me personally, I'm loving this opportunity to continue accumulating ADA here, knowing what past market cycles have done and knowing that ADA couldn't, in fact, continue to attain market dominance during this time, especially with a lot of the flaws that exist in other parts of the space. I want to keep building, okay? ADA is a blue chip crypto at this point. It's that big. It's the 7th largest coin by market cap. If you include stables, if you take them out, I believe it's 5th. That is a very big deal. And remember that Cardano ADA has never fallen out of the top 10 in its life cycle. It's got the huge staying power. It's got the big name. And as it begins to really get some adoption, which I believe happens in this market cycle, there's no telling what the price of ADA could do and how big Cardano as a blockchain could in fact get. So I appreciate you guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts below. Let me know. I'll read every single comment, but I hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Take care.